So that first example might have seemed a little simplistic, and so now let's look at one that's a little less simplistic. So again, I have a parabola. I know some things about it, right? I know that its y-intercept is at -1. So let's mark that. I know its a value is +1, so I know it goes up. So I should be expecting, I don't know, either arrows like that. If it's passing down through here like that, or perhaps arrows like that. It's passing down something like that. But I have no idea where the vertex is on this, and so completing the square will help me find the vertex, get it into vertex form. So y equals x squared plus 6x minus 1. I'm going to add 1 to both sides. Again, for completing the square, we need to make sure that the a value is equal to 1, which it is here. We need to make sure that the c value is equal to 0, which we've just done now. And now we can complete the square. So y plus 1 equals x squared plus 6x plus blank. And I'll put my plus blank there as well. So to find the blank, the new c value, I have to take half of 6 and square it. So it gives me 9, which I saw from the last problem. So I'm going to add 9 to both sides. So now I have y plus 10, 9 plus 1 is 10, equals x plus 3 squared. To get y alone, I subtract 10 from both sides, so I get x plus 3 squared minus 10. Now you notice you don't subtract the 10 from the 3 because it's this quantity squared. You can't subtract it from it, you can only add it to the end. So this is my vertex form. So I'll put that right there. My vertex then would be, remember this is x minus h, so this would be -3, plus k minus 10. So vertex at -3, comma, -10. So that gives me a much better picture. And I know if I have a symmetric point 1, 2, 3 over here. But again, doesn't give me tons of points. I do know my line of symmetry is that x equals -3. My y-intercept I've already created or found at 0, -1. Now to find my x-intercepts. So if I were to just use my jump method, over 1, up 1, over 1, up 1, 2, 3, over 1, up 5, over 1, up 7, that placed me right here. So the y-intercept is not as straightforward to find because it looks like it's in between 0 and 1. Well, where exactly in between 0 and 1 it is? I could solve a couple ways. I could use the quadratic formula, or I could use my vertex form to solve. So let's do that. So to find the x-intercepts, I set y equal to 0. So 0 equals x plus 3 quantity squared minus 10. So I add 10 to both sides. 10 equals x plus 3 squared. And now I'm going to take the square root of both sides. So I get plus and minus the square root of 10 equals x plus 3. To get x alone, to find the x value of the x-intercepts, you subtract 3 from both sides. So I get -3 plus and minus the square root of 10 is x. Now, you might be wondering, about what is that value, and does it actually make sense? Will it fall between 0 and 1 for that one, and then between, I guess that'd be -6 and -7. So let's compute it. So square root of 10 is a little more than 3, I would guess. 3.16. So this would be -3 plus 3.16 and -3 minus 3.16, which is about 0.16, exactly where I was expecting it. between 0 and 1, and negative 6.16, exactly where I was expecting it, between negative 6 and negative 7. So the solutions here I could write simply as negative 3 plus the square root of 10 over, comma 0, or negative 3 minus the square root of 10, comma 0. And those are my x-intercepts. If you'd like to continue and see me do this quadratically, you can see that as well. 0 equals x squared plus 6x minus 1. So my a value is 1, my b value is 6, my c value is negative 1. So minus b plus and minus the square root of b squared minus 4, that's a 6 by the way, b squared minus 4 times a times c, all over 2 times a equals x. So I solve that, and I get minus 6 plus and minus the square root of 36 plus 4 all over 2. I can simplify that further. Minus 6 plus and minus the square root of 40 over 2. Now you look at that and say, wait, that's not the same as that, is it? Well, now because you have it in this form, you need to start simplifying your radical, and you'll notice that this is the same as square root of 4 times square root of 10. So I can take the 4 out, so I get minus 6 plus and minus 2 root 10 over 2, which I can then factor a 2 out of the front to get negative 3 plus and minus square root of 10 all over 2, and the 2's divide out, thus leaving me that answer. So I would say that, using vertex forms fewer steps to get to your answer, probably less calculation error as well.